Hello and welcome back to another short video that will provide hopefully knowledge and value to your lovely faces. Today I'm going to be covering RPE or rate of perceived exertion. So I know a lot of people won't know that term. I'll be honest. I wasn't very familiar when I first started, especially my first couple months of the gym. That's why I make these videos. For those who don't know me, my name is Ryan McIntyre. I'm a personal trainer at Pure Gym Dundee. So again, whatever you take on the chin, I've got it in a slide later on. Please, whatever I say, take it with a pinch of salt. I'm saying this as I'm learning it right now. Obviously, I know a little bit more about the topics than general beginners. So I want to teach general beginners as much as I can while I'm still only a few steps ahead. And then hopefully you can get on the same step as me. That's what I want to do this for you guys. And also because I want to basically qualify you to also be a good role model and also a good client if you ever want to work one-to-one. But I want to talk about today reasons why you should change your RPE and why your RPE is probably not as good enough as you want it to be for getting results. So without further ado, we'll just get started right away. I don't want to make this intro too long. Who am I to speak on this topic? I am here to say that you're probably training with a lack of effort probably, or you're not training hard enough. As at this point, you probably don't understand your true strength and how much you can push your body. So by the end of this, you should understand how hard you should push your body and basically what your body's actually capable of and how it's going to get you the best results possible near the end. So stay tuned for the gems at the end of this video. Oh my god. I've drank too much water, I'm burping too much. Okay, when I first started the gym, I never understood the maximum weight I could lift, and I would often stop at 10 repetitions without struggle whatsoever. So my body had no reason to change because there was no stress, or there was not enough stress under the tension under my body. So I'm going to be covering this. If this sounds like you, then you can listen to the next slide. So what is my goal? I aim to create fitness content easy to consume, also while documenting my journey. I'm learning as I go along, so please use what's helpful and forget the rest. Again, if you like content like this, hit subscribe on the YouTube channel. Helps out a lot, and you'll continue to get shorts, educational long form videos. That's not as much dopamine, so you won't get addicted to watch my content. I'm not trying to rope you in. At masculine_mastery_PT for these free videos. Again, emphasize it's free to subscribe and it's free videos. I tried to post them weekly, and that means you can learn something new every single week. So why would you not? To help you not make, oh my god, I can't even speak. To help you not mistake the same mistakes as me, that didn't even make much sense. A lot of people struggle with going to the gym, so if you need extra help, send a DM to my Instagram. Again, there's no shame in wanting to get extra help. I think most PTs actually have PT coaches, and I will probably end up getting one in the future as well. Most people have coaches. Most people have mentors. So again, it's no shame in getting a mentor. Again, I would advise getting a mentor only a couple steps ahead of you, someone you relate to. Again, send a DM to my Instagram at masculine_mastery_PT, where we can have a conversation about your situation and what I can do to help. Whether it be free advice or one-to-one coaching, that can be online or in person. There's one spot left in the in-person Summer Shreds program, and I would love to be of service. Again, that's 40% off my original service. So, let's jump in. Topics to cover. So I've got a lot to cover today, so I'm going to try not run through it. I want to still explain it to freshman level terms. So what is RPE? The basics, how to use the RPE scale, benefits with using the RPE scale, how to match RPE based on your goals, how to gauge RPE honestly during your workout, adapting RPE for optimal max results, why RPE and progressive overload will 10x your progress. So that's the gem at the bottom to listen out for. But without further ado, let's go. So what is RPE? We just have a quick definition here. So rate of perceived exertion, which is a subjective scale used to measure how hard your body works during physical activity. It can be used to track the intensity of your physical and mental capabilities during exercise, and can be used in a variety of situations, including sports, workout routines, and clinical studies. Obviously, we're covering the workout routines. We're also covering not just physical activity, we're covering strength building, because that's, I mean, as you can see, that's what I think I not specialize in, but like that's the topic I know most about. I would say fat loss, again, haven't really covered too much. Strength building is my go-to. This scale is usually out of 10, but sometimes they can be up to 20 or even 30. Again, after all my workouts, I go on my phone, basically show you here. I mean, I would get it up, but it's like I would fill it out I'd fill out all my what would you call it, like my reps, my sets, and then I would press finish, and then I would get asked the question, how hard do you think it was? Scale of it would actually be 1 to 20, and usually my workouts I'd always gauge them in between 15 to about 18 or 19. It's never 20, because 20 I'd probably be dead, and 18, 19, that's always going to be a high intensity workout. But every workout I complete and my clients complete, I always ask what the perceived effort was of the workout. So to give me a rough idea of how they found it and how much they can really push their body, or like how much their mental state kind of found it as well. This can be measured through physically and mentally. And although this is subjective, it can be compared to heart rate, muscle fatigue to kind of back the results. So if somebody says their perceived effort was a 9 out of 10, but the heart rate was only 100, then I would say they're probably lying. And if it was, obviously, if strength training can be different. However, if it was free, if they were saying it was really, really easy, or it was like very, very subtle, and the heart rate was like 200, then I'd probably be questioning that. Again, if your heart rate's getting to 200, it's probably some questions we've got to be asking ourselves here. But you get the kind of point. The heart rate, muscle fatigue, as well, how sore the activated muscles are. So here is the scale. For those of you who can't see, it is a scale of 1 to 10, basically saying the rate of perceived exertion on the right and the actual number of RP scale. So we'll start at 1. 1 is very light activity, hardly any exertion, but more than sleeping, watching TV, etc. So it's basically just like walking to the fridge, like very, very, very light. 2 to 3 is light activity, feels like you can maintain for hours, easy to breathe and carry conversation. That could just be like walking outside. 4 to 6, moderate activity, breathing heavily, can hold a short conversation, still somewhat comfortable, but became noticeably more challenging. So this could be more, this is where we're kind of going to the strength category a little bit more now, where after a set you might be a little bit fatigued. 7 to 8 is vigorous activity, borderline uncomfortable, short of breath, and can speak a sentence. So this is what I usually feel after a set. 9 is very hard activity, very difficult to maintain exercise intensity, can barely breathe and only speak a few words. And then obviously 10 is max effort, feels almost impossible to keep going, completely out of breath, unable to talk, and cannot maintain for a short amount of time. So that's everything there. And you can probably, just by me listing that out, you can probably guess where about you are on this scale after your sets. What do you relate to the most? But yeah, how to use the RPE scale. Look at the chart after one of your sets and determine which level of RPE you relate to the most. Realistically, strength training, there's a lot of spelling errors in here, but it's fine, will usually be anywhere between 6 to 9 RPE, or you should look to get 6 to 9 RPE. That's the quote-unquote optimal. I hate using that word, but that is the best range to be in. As since the set won't last for more than 60 seconds, realistically, this is how intense it should be. Or it should be around 60 to 90 maybe, depending on how long your tempo is. Tempo is covered in another video. If you want to know more about tempo, again, it's up on the YouTube somewhere, search it up. And yeah, or you can see some of my clips as well. This won't be the same for every set. However, this will give you an idea of what your body will experience when you first start training. Benefits of using the RPE scale. This scale is personal to you. Again, this is subjective. It allows you to tell your training based on how you feel on that given day. Because not every day is going to be an amazing workout, and you can change your RPE based on your recovery, your sleep last night, how your muscles have recovered, anything like that. Your RPE can be lowered. It allows you to be more flexible in your sessions, significantly reducing stress of the expectation of your workout standards. So you're not always going to expect to hit 8-9 RPE every single time. But by assessing RPE, you track effort and not weights. And the weights that once felt hard with a high RPE may feel easier after a long period of time, which you want to look for. Again, that relates to progressive overload, which is later on, and that will be covered. So how do you actually match RPE based on your goals? Not everyone has a specific goal of building strength. This is what I personally specialize in with clients. So again, everyone who signs up with me, I want to help them build strength in whatever way. Again, somebody might be more dedicated to fat loss. However, building more strength will also go hand in hand with fat loss as well. But we'll cover each one. So strength is lower reps, shorter sets with an RPE of about 6 to 9. We should have, again, there's so many spelling errors in this presentation, but it's fine. 1 to 3 reps left in the tank. This ensures that you're lifting heavy enough while helping you recover. Endurance, longer sessions, continuous cardio, so 4 to 6. This is more like walking or jogging at a light pace for a very long time. Used for extended periods where you still challenge your cardiovascular capacity, like running, cycling, or swimming. Used to build stamina. So this is a little bit more, again, endurance covers the term. And then losing weight or fat loss is a mix of cardio and weight training. This can be anywhere between 7 and 8, a little bit higher because you're doing kind of both at the same time. So this is the best zone for burning calories while also challenging your muscles, like circuit training or intervals. So mixing weight training with cardio, you're not going to be lifting as heavy, but you're also going to do higher reps for more of a circuit kind of training. But there's so many different kind of goals. Again, these are just 3 that I picked because this is what I kind of cover with clients. Again, you could be training for, I don't even know, anything else. How to gauge RPE. Honestly, use reps in reserve, RIR, as this is an easy way to understand your own standards. After a set, ask yourself how many reps you could have done before hitting failure. Again, this is very subjective, but you can always guess. True muscular failure as well. That's not just like machine failure, but it's like genuinely how much your muscles could have pushed. Your heart rate and breathing can match up this scale. Again, like I mentioned from before. From there, you can tune your muscular fatigue and slowly increase the more comfortable you get with the machines and free weights. So that's why machines are the best to start off with, and then you can try free weights a little bit more because you can kind of still understand RPE. You can understand RPE a little bit better with the machines, just because it's easier to push yourself to failure, understand how close you can get, as the machines will stop at a certain point. Free weights, if you do hit failure or get close to failure, there's a potential that you could injure yourself, especially with like a bench press or something, where you can't get the weight up because you didn't understand your RPE correctly, and then you just slowly get crushed and wait for someone to save you, which I have been there. So again, don't worry, I have done that already, and that's why I'm here to basically say, don't do that. It's very easy to underestimate or overestimate your effort. So practice makes perfect to help identify the quote-unquote optimal range again. Adapting RPE for optimal/max results. Have seasons of different RPEs to improve all aspects of your fitness. So like I covered before, you could do more of a cardio season, more of an endurance season where you're doing a low RPE, recovering 4 to 6, and then maybe in the summer you look to do more strength building, more fat loss, and then that's how you're going to have, I always say have different seasons. You're not going to be ripped for the entire year round. I would say look to be ripped during summer and then build up that muscle in the winter. So this is also to include deload weeks where your RPE is lowered for more recovery present role. 5 to 6. So again, if you had a really high 8 to 9 kind of RPE level and your body needs that recovery, you're going to have a deload week where you're going to be lifting maybe half the weight or half the intensity, and then that's where you're going to recover a lot better from those sessions. Muscle groups that are bigger, like chest, back, or leg workout, will take a lot more energy and effort. This is not perceived effort, this is just effort in general, from what I noticed anyway, and cause a lot more physical fatigue. For peak performance, save your max energy and max RPE for these workouts to avoid burnout. So again, I have a chest and back workout where that's going to be my most kind of perceived effort or perceived RPE. However, it always is the most strenuous according to my heart rate, compared to something like arms, which is always going to be the lowest. So chest and back, then arms. Again, those 2 days are always next to each other because I have a really, really fatiguing day where I rest, where I train chest and back. And then on arms, I obviously recover there, and I'm only doing not as much sets or not as much kind of fatiguing weight because it's isolating movements, if that makes sense. Why RPE and progressive overload will 10x your progress. So the final slide of the day. Naturally, these two techniques go hand in hand for me personally, as progressive overload constantly drives for consistent growth of strength, while RPE is making sure that the weight is challenging. So again, you can consistently progressive overload, but the weight will still be easy. Again, the weight's going up, but that's just because you haven't found your natural strength yet. But with RPE, this can make sure that if the set is challenging or if the set is difficult, so again, continually ask yourself after a set if that was easy or hard, judge it, and then you can add on a little bit of weight or you can add a lot more weight, try it again. If it's still the exact same RPE, then you're going to have to make a big jump. So again, this takes time, but after about a week or two of finding your natural strength in the gym, it might take a little bit longer. But again, that's what I do with all my clients. First 4 or 5 sessions, you're finding that natural strength. That's why we do multiple sets as well, is to find that natural strength. And then obviously I look in the calendar, look what weights I did last week, where we found the natural strength, and it should be relatively easier to go from there and build. That's exactly why I kind of do that, or have that in place. That's the whole kind of structure of the program. The additional of structure of progressive overload and the structure of the strength increase and RP adds flexibility, gives you the perfect plan to get the best results. So I meant to say progressive overload, structure of strength increase, plus constantly getting heavy weights. Because if you don't have that plan in place where you're looking to upgrade your weight every week, while having that same intensity, you're trying to get even more intense workouts. Again, there's a certain amount of cap where you can hit with RPE. Again, it's only a scale of 1 to 10. Constantly looking to build on your weights from there will be easier, just based on how good your recovery is, how good your diet is, kind of outside factors as well. But that's everything. And again, just a quick reminder, if anything I said in this video kind of sat right with you and you like what I have to say, send me a quick message saying you enjoy the content. This can be on Instagram, this can be email, this can be whatever. But again, if you want to work with me one-to-one or just ask me for any free advice, send a DM or click the link in bio in my Instagram, where you can also get free gifts as well. So not only can you get free advice, you can get free gifts like a diet plan or a free welcome guide. So if you're ever concerned about personal training or don't know what personal training is like, especially with me, because every personal trainer is different, I have a free welcome guide that basically covers everything I provide in my sessions and my programs. There's a lot of stuff. Don't feel overwhelmed. It's just to help every single kind of topic, because there's so many topics with fitness, but once you learn them once, you know exactly what to do. And again, not everything is important for everybody, but I will leave you with this information. It's just about 19.5 minutes, quite a short video, but I will leave you to it and enjoy the rest of your day or night, and I will speak to you soon. See you soon. Or see you later, I should say.